It's not that I think that company is bad or that I don't like that brand or I want to badmouth them or single them out or anything else, because there's tons of companies on the market that have a subpar product. But I just don't feel the same when I use the session. So I have no choice but to gravitate back to, something that works really, really good, preheats super fast, gives me a great sweat regardless of temperature, all the great stuff that we're looking for.
All right, Matt, you got a lot of saunas. These are only two of what, 30 you've tested?
A lot.
But the thing is that you do, I'm sure you'll like some of them,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't like all of them. And
No.
you definitely don't use all of them every day.
Nope.
So which ones on a daily basis, because you do this, like not daily, but every other day,
Mm-hmm.
what are you using as your daily driver?
Usually one of these. This is a Radiant Health 2.5. I like this because it's comfortable because it's big, so it's easy for me to stretch out. It also has really, really great heater coverage. Most people think that there's some incentive to like one sauna over another, but then you show them the FLIR footage and they're like, oh, there's actually something to this. It's not really about the brand. It's about the heater layout and how much far infrared you're wrapping the body in. So for me, I like to use one of these. It doesn't have to be this model. If we swap it out or we're testing something else or I don't have it anymore, or, I give it to a friend or family member or we sell it or, do a giveaway, whatever it is, another one of these will still have the same heater layout, even if it's in a different size. And when you see it on the FLIR gun, it's kind of hard to go back to anything else because regardless of what the temperature reads inside, you can literally feel the difference. It's gentle, it's subtle, but if you get a little bit of experience with these things, there's nothing else that heats underneath your butt, underneath your feet, wraps the entire body. And this is what you see on the FLIR gun. So if I go to use a different type of sauna, it's not that I think that company is bad or that I don't like that brand or I want to badmouth them or single them out or anything else, because there's tons of companies on the market that have a subpar product. But I just don't feel the same when I use the session. So I have no choice but to gravitate back to, something that works really, really good, preheats super fast, gives me a great sweat regardless of temperature, all the great stuff that we're looking for.
So with this one specifically, the
Mm-hmm.
heater coverage is good, yes, but the space
The best.
It's got to be kind of nice with the space, though, right?
Oh my God. Yes, absolutely. But I mean, like when we go up north, I don't have this. You know what I mean? I use something else. We don't have the space for this. I currently don't even have the power for this. This requires a dedicated circuit, 20 amp, 120. If it was a 240, it'd be the same situation. That's not anyone's fault. No sauna company's fault. It's my fault. We just don't have the power on tap to provide service at this time. Once winter thaws out and stuff, we're going to trench, power with the excavator and set all this stuff up and be able to have different accommodations. But if I had my choice, I would like to be more comfortable, more spacious. I mean, there's a reason why people want to do
That
this.
is insane.
Yeah, there's a reason why. So it's comfy. I don't sit like this all the time, whether the camera's here or not. But there are certain days that, maybe my shoulder is giving me trouble again, or maybe I'm sore in one area from a workout, or maybe, just maybe, we went on a snowmobiling trip and somebody kept driving the snowmobile into the trees and it had to be picked up and pulled out. And you can imagine how that feels on the low back after 3 days of riding a snowmobile into the woods. So certain things like that happen. I won't mention any names. It doesn't mean that I can't get a great sweat in other saunas. As he's seen, we've been testing the Heavenly Heat Eco lately, and that sucker, it preheats like almost instantly. So if I'm short on time, I find myself hopping in that, getting a quick session in. Now, it's the opposite of this. I'm basically in this. I'm in this position in the damn thing.
It's the doorway of this, maybe smaller.
It really, yeah, it's this wide. It's this size, right? Like the walls are here. Nothing wrong with that. It's not to pick on the company. I think it's a great product offering, especially if you have a tight space. But the speed at which I could get a session in that is like unmatched. It'll preheat faster than this. It'll have you sweating faster than this. But it's two different things, right? It's apples and oranges. But easy to set up, runs on a regular outlet, preheats in no time at all. Like it's fantastic. And then we have to throw in the either the hybrid saunas or the red light sauna. The red light sauna has my attention lately because I've never seen somebody put a real PBMT panel and let it breathe to the outside so the lenses stay cool. And you can actually use that while the sauna heats up. There's other saunas on the market that have, red lights that you can mount in the sauna itself, but not like this. You have the option to take it out, put a window in. So if you decide that red light therapy in the sauna is not for you, you don't really lose. It's kind of like a win-win. You put the window back in, you mount the thing somewhere else in the room, and try it like that for 6 months. And you decide that that's not right for you, stick it back in the sauna. So that kind of has my attention. I've never seen an option where you can do that. That's pretty cool. And the idea of dual therapy, people keep asking about it so much. It has me second guessing myself sometimes. And I'm like, maybe we should try this again. Maybe we should, look at the research again. There's PubMed studies that say if your core temp is high, it downregulates photobiomodulation, right? So getting red light therapy when you're superheated in the sauna is not ideal. You're basically throttling the potential improvements from that. And that's not me saying that. It is kind of my opinion, but it's also looking at the research. Well, let's wrap it up. But before we do, there's great saunas for every situation, right? There's options that can fit everyone's needs. For me personally, if I could only choose one sauna, it would be this one, just because it has plenty of space for me to move around, sit any which way that I want, has the heat coverage that's basically unmatched by any other sauna in the industry. I would literally put it up against any other sauna in the industry. In fact, if we could slide some FLIR footage across the screen of me sending Aaron a text video and he says, "Hey, why do you like those so much? What's so special about them?" I turn it on and I go in there and you can see the heat coverage that the body is exposed to. If you compare that to anything else on the market, there is no comparison. There is no conversation. So if I could only choose one sauna, it would be this one. I do, however, like those other saunas for different situations. When we're in Maine and stuff like that, not have the same space or electrical requirements, something else works really good too. It'll be the same for you.